Welcome to Toefl Preparation Essential Vocabulary Part 4. Remember this, you can't learn vocabulary in one day and much less in 1 hour. So how does your memory work? Your long-term memory, the one that you need for the exam? Well, first you need to learn the information. Once you have learned it, you need to repeat the information 7 times. That way, it will become part of your long-term memory. So after you do that, go to the next video and later come back and just refresh and check to see if you learned everything. So ready? Let's go. Shallow, not deep. Shallow, empty, trivial, slight. The river is shallow enough to walk across. The shallow analysis did not give us any interesting information. Squalid, squalid, filthy and depressing, dingy, fetid, grimy. My house is so squalid, I had to pay a maid to clean it. The squalid conditions of the hospital have created a health crisis. Tuition, tuition, a fee for instruction at the school, expenditure, price, charge. The cost of tuition this year is going up. I will need another job to pay for this year's tuition. Widespread, widespread, occurring over a wide range. Broad, common, epidemic. A widespread use of books permitted civilization to grow. The erroneous trust on this government has given way to widespread famine. Suspicious, full of or indicating suspicion. Suspicious, apprehensive, weary, jealous. He doesn't work, so the origin of his money is suspicious. The suspicious car is still parked outside the bank. Soothe. Soothe. To calm or comfort. Allay. Assuage. Pacify. I sang a soothing song to the crying baby. To soothe your feet, put them in warm water. Scrutinized. Scrutinize. To very carefully examine. Analyze, comb, explore. We need to scrutinize the election results. Scrutinize every piece of paper in the file. Precede. Precede. To come before. Anticipate, foreshadow, predate. The deal had to be preceded by some personal contact. I preceded my daughter in the conversation. Then she answered the question. Well done. Now, let's review. Read each word once, define it, or use it in a sentence appropriately. Let's go. Shallow. Squalid. Tuition. Widespread. Suspicious. Soothe. Scrutinize. Precede. Well done. Did you do well? Great. Now, let's continue again. Investigate. Investigate. To examine or study. Consider, explore, probe. I need to investigate more before I can make a decision. The detective is investigating the crime. We should investigate the content of the box. Incompetent. Incapable, not having the ability. Incompetent, inefficient, inept, unskilled. Because of the incompetence of the president, the country is in deep poverty. The advice of that incompetent accountant cost me too much money. There are many incompetent people in that group. Hasty. In a hurry. Hasty. Hurried, quick, rapid. Your hasty inspection left many things unchecked. Answering in haste can make you say the wrong things. We had a very hasty dinner, then went to the park. Ambiguous. Having several possible meanings. Ambiguous. Cryptic, equivocal, obscure. She was so ambiguous that we didn't know what to do. An ambiguous question makes people think of more possibilities. Ambiguous answers are not lies. Brash. Brash. Rude and tactless. Bold, cocky, reckless. I thought about it for a long time. It was not a brash decision. Their brash answers made us lose the contract. Brash gestures won't make people like you more. Leery, weary, leery, careful, dubious, skeptical. He is leery of the investor's intention. The community is a little leery about the quality of materials used in the bridge. Mend, mend, to fix, ameliorate, heal, rectify. We need to mend all the damage done by his comment. I spent all day mending the shirt I ripped last night. Mediocre, mediocre, ordinary, average, inferior, middling, ordinary. His mediocre paper did not shed any light on the issue. That candidate is mediocre. It will not inspire the voters. Great job. Now let's review. Read each word once and then define it or use a sentence appropriately. So let's go. Investigate, incompetent, hasty, ambiguous, brash, leery, mend, mediocre. Well done. So let's go and continue. Assume, assume, to support without solid proof. Conclude, consider, think. I did not buy insurance because I assumed it was part of my benefits. Stop assuming the results and get real evidence. Making assumptions is the fastest road to failure. Concur. Concur. To agree, coincide, jibe, accord. We will be in this room until we concur on the action to take. We need to concur on the date of the wedding. We all concur on the results of the findings. Corrode. To gradually wear away. Corrode. Deteriorate, erode, impair. Too many temptations will eventually corrode our moral code. All those chemicals can corrode the structure of the machine. If the door corrodes anymore, it will become useless. Deviate. To differ from the norm. Deviate. Depart, differ, divergent. Continue doing the same and don't deviate. To achieve your goals, you must not deviate from the path. People who deviate from conventional thinking often produce very creative ideas. Epitome. A perfect example of something. Epitome, apotheosis, essence, exemplar. My daughter is the epitome of a student. She gets good grades and has time to do sports. As the epitome of a politician, he never tells the truth. As the epitome of goodness, I shine light on everyone. Famine, a time of extreme lack of food. Famine, scarcity, starvation, poverty. Venezuela is suffering the worst famine of its history. Without rain, famine is inevitable. The famine of 2017 left many families without parents. Hollow, hollow, empty inside. Cavern, cavity, crater. The squirrel stored food inside the hollow tree. The abusive tone of voice made that a hollow apology. They don't care about anything. Their hearts are hollow. Inclination, a preference. Inclination, bias, desire, impulse. After running for 2 hours, he had no inclination to do the housework. I am inclined to call the police unless you pay for the damage. His gambling inclination left his family without a cent. Great job! Now, let's review. So read each word once, define the word, or use it in a sentence appropriately. So let's go. Assume, concur, corrode, deviate, epitome, famine, hollow, inclination. Perfect. Did you do well? Did you get the words? Then let's continue to part 5 of Essential Vocabulary. Remember, support our channel of more material from TOEFL preparations by subscribing to my channel. So, see you next time. Goodbye.